Yeah, welcome everybody. Namaste. Today I have a very interesting and special guest on the Satyayuga channel. It's Marina, whom I know from Mypalmleaf. We are working together amongst others in the Mypalmleaf team and dealing with the palm leaves. But Marina is dealing with so much more than only the palm leaves. And today we will focus on the Navagraha pilgrimage, which you will be guiding in January, actually. But first of all, before we dive or delve more into the Navagraha pilgrimage, maybe Marina, you could talk a little bit about yourself, your personal life situation, because I have seen you live in Bali, but you are constantly also in India, and you are dealing with a lot of spiritual topics. So maybe you could introduce a little your person and also your work.
Namaste, dear Tom and everyone. I'm very happy to be here. Thanks for inviting. Yeah, so it was more than 10 years ago when I was living in Russia, and I felt calling to explore more spiritual dimensions of our life. And with one-way ticket, I went to India. My journey started with Auroville. This is the city of the future, a very special place which was created by Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. And actually, during our pilgrimage, we will visit also this place. It's a really unique experience. And after that, I was so much inspired by India, spirituality, everything. So I decided to come for one more year, and now it's already 10 years. I live in India and exploring different places. So I visited many temples, visited many masters, and of course I was guiding many pilgrimages. And yeah, also I'm traveling to different places like Bali, already spent more than 1 year there, Nepal, and it's always very interesting to explore different spiritual places, different mystical places. There are many things to explore. And yeah, whatever work I'm doing, it's all connected with spiritual projects. Like you mentioned, I'm a Russian-speaking moderator and translator in Mypalmleaf. And apart from this, I'm also a professional Vedic astrologer and psychologist, meditation teacher, yoga teacher. And so I like to combine all this knowledge and to explore how this ancient knowledge can benefit to modern people and also to people who are living abroad, like outside India. And I find it really fascinating. And yeah, I like everything what I'm doing, and I like to see how this knowledge is helping many people to expand their consciousness and to live more happily and peacefully.
Oh, thank you for the introduction. And yeah, as you said, I find it very fascinating because all your approaches give you a very nice picture, I guess, to accompany these palm leaves readings, or because they are connected to so many other spiritual realms, like as you said, Vedic astrology, psychology, many spiritual topics. And my feeling is there is so much demand in this Western world to actually to get this gift from this ancient wisdom, right? To really know what it's all about, and that's why you are, amongst others, doing this Navagraha pilgrimage to show people the wisdom or the teachings of these 9 planets that are really much connected to the palm leaf readings. So maybe you could a little bit describe us what it's all about. I mean, what do we have to expect? Because some people ask, what is the meaning of these 9 planets, or why a pilgrimage to these 9 planets and not to the Shiva temples and not to Varanasi? What is so special about these 9 planets in our context here?
So yeah, first of all, of course, palm leaf readings, it's like Nadi astrology. It's
Mhm.
very much connected with Jyotish Vedic astrology. They are like sister signs. And they both are dealing with karmas. Like during palm leaf readings, we get to know which karmic blockages we have and how these karmic blockages can be released. And same in
Mhm.
Vedic astrology, based on planetary positions during our birth, we can understand which karmas we have and how most likely these karmas will be unfolded during our life. And of course, the most important part is that it's not all like fixed. There are remedies which we can do in order to remove this negative karma and to get blessings. So in this way, one of the most very powerful remedies is visiting temples of 9 planets, Navagraha. Nava means 9 in Sanskrit and Graha means planet. Actual meaning of Graha means to catch. And these planets, they are kind of energies which are catching our mind, our consciousness, and force us to act in particular way. And of course, we are not conscious about it. We think that we are doing some choices, but actually these energies make us to do these choices, which are not always beneficial to us. And in our birth chart, we can see which planets are uh, contributing, helping us, and which planets are not so good for us. We call it like benefics and malefics. So when we visit all Navagraha temples on all 9 planets, we can clear karmic blockages which are connected to particular planets, and we can also strengthen them, make them stronger. And if there are planets which are already beneficial to us, we can make them also even stronger, and they will give us even more beneficial results. And it's very important to visit all 9 temples because it's like complete yatra, complete pilgrimage. And in this way, we can change our life to better. And also important to mention that this is very unique place. This is the only one place in the world, in Tamil Nadu, which we are going to visit during our pilgrimage, where every planet, every graha has its own temple. And these temples are very ancient. They are many thousand years. There is no like exact date when they were built, and they were built with this goal to help people to improve their karmas and to live more happily life. In every temple, we are doing special rituals. We're giving offerings to the planets, and priest is performing rituals, pujas for us, and priest will chant our name, our last name, our nakshatra, birth star, and so on, so that we will get these positive energies and blessings from every planet. And it's also very interesting that every temple which is dedicated to Navagraha planet, it's also Shiva temple. Shiva is the main deity everywhere. So yeah, when you visit, you will understand the structure of this temple, and you will also understand better the beauty of Vedic philosophy and astrology, how everything is very beautifully interconnected, and there are many, many hidden symbolic meanings behind it, which I will also explain during our visits, of course.
That is what I wanted to ask, if you explain everything, but you seem to be very knowledgeable about all these topics. That's why you are the guide of this Navagraha tour. And yeah, you mentioned a lot of things, but one thing I want to stress is the karmic connection to the planets, because in the palm leaf readings, they are always talking about these doshas, and the doshas are represented by certain planetary positions, as you said. But can we imagine it like this, that we all carry a certain karma, which we caused on the level of speech, on the level of thought, and on the level of body. And these planetary positions in our birth charts, they are some kind of mirror, or they are a correlation, let's say, of this karma, but the planets are not the cause of the karma. Is it right? But if we pray to these planets or perform certain pujas, we can somehow improve our karmic energy, or the energy which is represented by these planets, because all the planets have different traits, different characteristics, right? And they represent certain different energies in the cosmos. And we want to improve our karmic situation by praying or by treating them as gods, or treating them as kind of deities, right?
Yes, exactly. Actually, all these Navagrahas, 9 planets, they are considered to be like living entities, living beings, gods, and every planet likes different offerings. In this way, when you visit different temples, you can see that there are different offerings which we will give to this planet. It's like flowers, coconuts, fruits, different colors. All planets are connected with different colors. which are showing different like vibrationary level, and different grains also. So whatever this planet, this deity likes, we will offer. In this way, we will please this deity. And yeah, in Vedic astrology, it is told that these Navagrahas, they were created by God, by Vishnu, in order to execute karma of people. So yeah, they're just bringing us the results which we have to experience due to our past actions. And actually, our karma is like stored in our subtle body. And if we see birth chart or even in palm leaf, they are talking about different periods, time periods. This is we can see in this way how most probably our karmas will be unfolded, in which time which karma will become ripe. So, for example, during this time, you may be very successful in your business, you may get married or so on. But there are also some periods in our life when most probably there will be negative influences like Saturn influence, Rahu Ketu influence, and so on. When we have understanding which period will be coming in our life, we can also do remedies like visiting these temples, for example, performing pujas, mantras, and so on. And already on subtle level, we can purify this karma, so we will not get the results in our physical life. For example, we were supposed to have some negative results as financial loss or problems with health, divorce, and so on. But we did these remedies and this karma was cleaned, so we will not experience this. That's why this pilgrimage is very, very important. And I did it already, Navagraha Yatra, I think at least 15 times. So, and I could see also significant results in my life and how my life significantly improved after that. So first time it was 2019, and since that, I think at least 15 times with many, many groups, also individually. I did it, performing many, many rituals, and it really helps. It's like the best remedy which you can do.
Interesting. Yeah, that is also something I wanted to ask you. What are your personal experiences with these transformations in your life, connected to the Navagraha pilgrimages or pujas, and also what you observed in the clients' lives? Because some people also ask, oh, what happens if certain psychological processes come up during the pilgrimage? Is there a space where all these processes are held or where they can be processed with you, and also what happens afterwards? So do we have any experiential data or do you have any experiences with that? What happened with the clients in the pilgrimage and also afterwards? How their life shifted or how certain things transformed?
So yeah, this pilgrimage is very intense. It's very intense karmic purification process. It's not like trip, vacation, or sightseeing. No, this is like spiritual mission, and you should be very much aware about it, that you are going on spiritual mission to purify your karma, not only your karma, but it's your also family karma, ancestors karma, because we are all interconnected. So it can be also collective karma, because we are like network. So this is very much very important spiritual mission, and you should be ready that there can be different emotions which are coming up. Sometimes it can be anger, it can be fears, it can be aggression, and so on. So we know already this, that people can be very sensitive, and it can be also some, sometimes from past life, some memories will come up, or some traumas will come up, and it's completely fine. We know how to handle it, and we can help people to go through this. Of course, we can give space them to release these emotions. And also interesting to observe what happens after pilgrimage. So yeah, sometimes it can be very big and quick transformation of your life. If you had already enough good karma in some area, for example, your financial karma was already quite good and you did remedies, so it can happen that very quickly your financial karma will be even more better and you will have very huge results in your business, for example. Or it can also happen that the results will take some time, and it's also completely fine because it depends on our initial karmic condition. It's like, don't expect that in one moment your life will be completely transformed. It can happen, but may also take some time, yeah, because
Mm,
we need to have very proper understanding that we can do our best, we can put our efforts, but the results always depend on God's will. So whatever we do, we put our efforts, we do all possible remedies, and we give the results to divine will, and divine will take care of it. And whatever results are best for us, we will get them. So this is the proper understanding with which we have to go to the pilgrimage, not be
mm,
attached to any particular result in
yes.
any particular time.
And I think this is a good advice. Yeah, maybe some people think, okay, I do this, and then immediately there will be such a result. But as we know, spiritual effort means give your best, but don't expect anything, right?
Yeah.
Um, And yeah, I mean, I find it so interesting because you talk about it as some form of spiritual science, right? Even Vedic astrology seems to be some form of science, also
Yeah.
based on certain observations. It's not something like superstition or only Indian culture. And maybe you could point out quite essentially again, what is the spiritual universal core in this pilgrimage? Because some people fear, oh, do I have to be a Hinduist or do I have to pray to these Indian gods? Or even in the palm leaf reading, some people say, oh, I don't have a relation to Hanuman. I don't have a relation to this and this mantra. So how can I clean my karma? But there seems to be some kind of spiritual, universal, scientific core in this, independent of Indian culture or Hinduism. And you would definitely say these planets play a universal role, even though you are not a Hinduist or you don't really believe in Indian culture, right?
Of course, of course. You don't need to be
Mm,
a follower of Hinduism, and you can follow any religion or even don't follow anything, but still these are like universal laws which affect everyone, like gravitation, for example. And depending on your nationality or religion, gravitation will affect you. Same with planetary influences. We can even notice like for example, moon waxing, waning, how it affects oceans and tides, for example. So these are energies which are affecting us, of course. And many people ask, for example, about doing rituals, pujas, or mantras. Yes, they all have uh, scientific
meaning or
reason.
backgrounds, no?
Yeah, scientific background. For example, let me explain about mantras. Um, if we are recommended to chant some particular mantra, for example, Murugan mantra, if you have a Mangal dosha, it means that we may have some problems in our relationship, which are connected to Mars energy, and it can make us aggressive. We can have different misunderstanding, fights, and so on, because Mars energy it's like fire. So in this way, we are recommended to chant particular mantra, and what it means. It means that some energy which is connected with this fire element in us is imbalanced. And when we chant this mantra, it has particular vibrations which helps us to uh, balance our energies which are not in a proper state. And
Mm,
all mantras, they are in Sanskrit language. It's like also universal language, very ancient language. And they all have healing effect on our mind, body, subtle bodies. If you have any disharmony energies, there are particular mantras which have positive vibrations. And through these vibrations, they help us to balance our energies. So if we pray to particular Indian gods like Hanuman, Murugan, Shiva, Shakti, and so on, these are all representations, symbols of different energies. And you don't need to be Hinduist, yeah, to believe in these gods. You just need to understand this is a representation of particular energy. And while connecting to this energy through mantra or through ritual, I can balance my own energies. This is how it works. Also, when we perform different pujas or homas, there's also scientific basis behind it. It's all connected with 5 elements, and our body, our subtle body, also connected with 5 elements. In this way, performing rituals, we can balance all these 5 elements in our body, and we can also improve our life. So this is like, I put it in very simple way, because there are much more scientific evidences behind it, but this is just for simple understanding.
Yeah, thank you, Marina. Maybe this could also be a topic for other interviews, if we could, because for myself, there's a lot of interest, and I think also some, let's say, critical people or more rational-oriented people, they are interested in what is beyond this, let's say, supposed superstition, because some really fear this whole topic is kind of not really scientifically backed up or grounded, but I think it is, so we need to explain more about it. But so we can understand the planets as kind of not outer deities we pray to or we are begging for an improvement. They are just some kind of differentiated expression of energies within ourselves, right? And we in these pujas we try to, as I understand you, to improve our relationship ultimately towards ourselves or to certain parts in ourselves that are connected to these planets or represented. It seems to be very differentiated, like not only praying to God itself, but to certain differentiated energies that really play a crucial role in our lives as human beings, like relationships or finances or whatever. And sometimes maybe even belief structures can come up, right, in these pujas. For example, if I don't have success in business, maybe some reason is because I have limiting beliefs. And while performing these pujas, certain belief structures can be released or can be transparent, right? They can come up and be released, maybe.
Exactly. And it also happens in a very mysterious and interesting way when you start to performing these remedies. And sometimes, like you told, you can get this negative belief released, or you can be in such situations when you meet people who are helping you to solve your problems, or you are in these situations, you are find some book where you get advice. So universe is guiding you in this way that will be helpful to you to become more whole and to go through more healing. This is like a universal intelligence, and this is how it works. So all these rituals, they are not like magical sticks, yeah, not like magic, but it's all connected with universal intelligence.
So we can just encourage people to join this journey and to really higher their vibration, to go bravely through healing, let's say, and they can be accompanied by wise persons like you and knowledgeable persons like you with a lot of experience. But maybe let's also look at the practical point of view of this journey. So there will be one journey physically done in January, and you will be guiding it. So is there a certain, how will it be done practically? Every day will there be a different temple visit, and you go by car from temple to temple, I guess, and every day there are certain rituals performed, right? Is there a sequence also a certain sequence how these temples are visited? Like, for example, first Mars temple, then Venus, then Saturn, or how is it practically conducted?
So all these temples are located in Tamil Nadu, and there is quite big distance between these temples. So there is no particular sequence how to visit them. We just do it in a way which will be logistically more convenient to us. And yeah, every day we will visit at least 2, 3 temples. And every day, of course, we will do different rituals, pujas, mantras, and we will learn a lot about these temples. Every temple has his unique vibrations. Even if you don't know anything about Navagrahas, about Hinduism and so on, and if you enter to this temple, this energy, which was created already by 1,000 years of prayers, will work on you automatically. So you just need to be open to this process, and healing will happen in its own way. Just you need to be receptive and open. And of course, these temples have very unique structure, lots of symbolism, beautiful architecture. So you can like benefit from visiting these temples in many, many ways and enrich your life, your
And,
understanding.
and some sources even say they were created by non-human forces, or we don't know exactly if even humans have created these temples. It's really mysterious.
It's very mysterious. It's very
Mm,
mysterious, and you can also see in different temples Brahmins, priests who are doing their services there. They are also influenced by particular energies of planets, and they also start to represent these qualities of planets. For example, in Venus temples, you will find very beautiful, loving, creative Brahmins. In Saturn temple, you will
mm.
find quite old and strict Brahmins, and so on. So this is also very interesting to observe practically how these planetary energies can influence us.
Mm. And in the journey, you explain to the guests what these different planets stand for, so they can somehow prepare for the pujas or connect with parts in themselves while this ritual is done.
Yes, of course. We can also, like, if you don't know your birth chart, for example,
Mm.
I can also check your birth chart in advance and tell which planets needs to be like balanced more, for
Mm.
example, and which period you are running now, how it can be also improved. So we can do it also so that you can have more understanding about what is going on. Of course, I'm giving introduction before we visit every temple. I explain everything in detail. So yeah.
Mm. And one thing I also observed, I visited the Mars temple some years ago. I think it was 2018 in Vaitish and I saw all these priests or all these sadhus that are dealing with the intense karmic energy. Sometimes they seem to be really tired, or a lot of intense energy is around them. So is it true when they are performing these rituals on the behalf of other people, they get really tired, or they can really feel these intense karmic energies from the people themselves?
Yeah, I think it can happen. It happens also
Mm,
with enlightened masters, gurus, and so on. They are working as instruments, as channels for these energies, but still we have our physical body, which can be affected by these intense energies and also by karmas which people carry. Lots of negative karmas are getting released there, and these are like very special places for purification, very negative karmas. So of course they are getting affected, but this is, this is their spiritual mission. They were chosen to
mm.
serve to these deities, to these forces.
Yeah, it's really beautiful when people enter their spiritual path, and I think a lot of our guests, online or offline, they want to enter their life purpose, and I think this pilgrimage can be a contribution, a big contribution to really finding more your purpose of life, your let's say original energy that you have come with here. Yeah, thank you so much, Marina. And I can only encourage people to contact us, to contact you in advance if they have any fears, doubts, or further questions. Because as you describe it, it can be a fast track to spiritual healing or very intense journey with a lot of karmic cleansing. So some people might have some fears or blockages. Can I really manage that? But I can only encourage to join and to take this opportunity, yeah, to let us guide you or to let your knowledge really inspire people and all the pujas. So thank you, Marina, for this interview, and hopefully see you soon, see you in India. And yeah, everybody who watched this, please contact us, contact Marina in order to clarify questions, and then see you all in India.
Thank you so much, Tom, and everyone. It was my pleasure to share whatever experience I have. And yeah, I'm really encouraging you to join this pilgrimage, which can be life changing, and to experience all these mysterious, powerful temples. And yeah, I'm looking forward for our pilgrimages already in January. Thank you and
Thank you.
namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.